Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what is up, people? We are back. Helsinki Museum of Future Building competition episode, I don't even know anymore. Kicking it off here with project 501. So let's go. We have 010101, a museum by the sea. And I will say, quite like this, have to be honest. Very repetitive, but I like this little foldy ground floor canopy here, which is quite nice. So let's see what we have next. Yeah, section is cool. Don't hate it. I have to say, very, very, very flat drawing here. This image, quite flat. A little bit disappointing. Interior, nice. Not the most realistic lighting. Generally, I don't think things like that are that critical, but if you're striving for a level of photorealism, lighting is critical. I like the overall. I like this image. I think it appears to be sort of one module, sort of repeated again and again and again. It's like a bit like an accordion. Comes out, comes in. You know, it's fine, but I don't think it's a winner. Next one, 75015. Don't think I like this one, just from first glance. It's like we've got a wedding cake here, made of 3 different sort of layers, and at the top we have this basket. The top floor features a soft form that creates a skyline enhancing that's surrounding historic buildings while providing an open... I don't even understand that. I can skip it ahead. This page is quite nice. It's very stadium-like. I mean, so many little bitty elemental pieces here just to create this canopy, which is, I would argue, doesn't make or break the project. I'd probably be more interested if we just had 1 and 2, but diagrams are nice. Yeah. It's like this, I don't know, armadillo-like structure. Like, it's like a little tortoise, big shell. This image is quite nice. It's like 3 buildings. You know, you got 1, 2, 3. 3 ideas. Like, maybe should have just been a bit more restrained, a bit more confident in one idea. I mean, the images are good. Like, the presentation is good. I don't like the way that those stairs are sort of having a sword fight. You know, they're sort of clashing with one another. Not a fan of that. But not terrible. And I know at this point, when we're in like the 500s now, that's a compliment. Not terrible is a compliment. I think your project's decent, but it's not really for me. Next one. I love the sketch. I don't love the architecture, I have to say. Again, another one. Looks like there's too many ideas going on here. Although I do love the style of image. Now it's floating out here. What's that about? Oh, now it's floating out here. Is this like a giant boat? Museum as a floating structure. Love it. Love the idea. Not so fond of the execution of the idea. Do love the quality of presentation. Interior's nice. Sketches again. Love the idea. Love the concept. Love the style of presentation. It's really just sort of what you've ended up designing I don't love so much. For example, yes, it's very simple. It's one thing to just show the building in different places, but by looking at the building, this doesn't look like something that is easily moved. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like something that is quite dynamic in that way, and that's the problem that I have with it. I don't think the proposal itself is realistic, and that's because of the sort of architectural arrangement of the submission. But little Finnish flag there, like it. Okay, next one. Ooh, this thing is scary. Big black box. Big horny black box. It looks like a little demon. What's that Pokemon? Ghastly? Haunter? Just a little spooky black alien looking thing. It looks like a data center, a data tower. Although it's really frustrating because I do quite like this interior. It's very cold and very modern. I do quite like that a lot. The proposed design creates a new attractive in Helsinki. Can I not read today? While being respectful of the cultural and environmental values of the surrounding cityscape. I'm sorry, but having a giant black sunlight magnet like this thing bang in the middle of the harbour here, is not really respectful to the surrounding context. Now we're seeing a degree of transparency, which is quite cool. I'm interested. But I mean, this image right here, gosh, this is a funny one, right? Because I've been quite critical of this type of image in the competition. This image might be the best use of the image in that I can so clearly read your project. Therefore, the image in this entry is a success. But because I can so clearly read your project, that tells me that your project does not work with the rest of the surrounding context. It's almost like you've kind of understood the assignment too well when it comes from when it comes to this image. Don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being mean. Look, this image alone, it's a no. This image, it's a maybe. This image, possibly. I just wish it wasn't black. Interior, it's interesting, very cold, very soulless. Material palette is pretty, it's alright. Not bad, maybe a little bit bad, I don't know. Not a winner. Next. This looks interesting in that I can't quite understand it from the aerial view. Next image. Some diagrams, lots of text. Funky, swoopy, wavy drawing, some diagrams. Interior looks really interesting. I think I like this one. I'm just going to move quickly and say I think it's unresolved. I need more details, so I'm going to move forward. Next one. 3 big boxes, or 3 big angular boxes, green roofs, some interesting diagrams. Not the best image. Lens flare. Interior, beautiful. Beautiful interior. References. It's okay, it's just not exciting enough to really grab me after having looked at 500 of these. Next one. Interesting use of the page, some diagrams and the aerial view. I think this is an AI generated proposal, possibly. Don't know, could be wrong. Why does that matter? Don't know, not having that argument here. Sculpturally, formally, quite like it, but it's too big. I can tell straight away from this thing, it's just too big. Don't like that soffit. Human scale. Oh wait, is this a different project? No, it's the same one. Human scale. Cool. I don't know. Not for me. If you want to know why, hit me up in the comments. I'll go deeper. Next one. A walk in the park. Let's use a series of stacked terraces, little boxes, just text on that page, waste of a page. It's not a lot of depth in this image. Really hard to tell what's part of what. Interior, interesting but empty. Conceptually, I'm not quite sure what the intent was here, but like if there was this idea that this soffit would appear as one singular homogeneous piece that folds and bends and drops and falls and rises, it doesn't work. This detail is not, I don't think it's possible. Maybe it's possible, I don't know. Need some more people in here. Nice image though, generally, just conceptually, I'm not so sure. That ramp looks very steep. References. Next one. Oh, moody image. Moody image. Interior, beautiful. Yeah, I quite like this guy, I have to say. It's like, yeah, you've got like 3 stacked levels, but they all sort of play with each other. They all offer something new. We have a lot of weight here. We have some structure here with some lightness at the bottom. I quite like this as a composition, I have to say. Yeah, interior's nice. Circular opening, funky. References. I like this. ADA. I like this. Next one. Ohio. This looks interesting. Looks like it's sort of got that mullet thing going on. Business at the front, party at the back, depending on what way we're looking at it here. Yeah, I kind of like this. Yeah. Diagrams, super clear. Oh, it does the same on the other side, so it is symmetrical. That wasn't so clear here from this image. It almost looks like it's not visible in that little bit. Interior is wonderful. I actually like this project quite a lot. I think the only thing that's letting it down for me really is the way in which that material has been rendered. It's so dark and it's quite absorbent, and that it's very hard to break it up and understand the scale of it. So it just appears like this kind of monolithic swooping black curtain. And I don't think that was the intent. I suppose here we can see some grain. That's quite nice. This is a nice project. I quite like it. It's something different. I don't think I've seen anything like it too. Beautiful interior as well. The scale of it is quite nice and sensitive. Maybe I'm not such a fan of the symmetrical composition, but that's okay. And the interior is beautiful. I really like this one. Ohio, I'm a big fan. Next one, Air Route. This thing looks big, quite geometric, some thin floor plates and some foldy roof structure. This sketch is wonderful. This image is wonderful. Quite like this, whatever it is. All these images are quite nice. The beginning of a new era, the birth of the Herald. I think it's too big. I think this needed a little bit of editing from a compositional point of view. It's quite chunky. And this is a little bit unrefined. I never like it when a volume is sort of split by the way in which the surfaces are sort of painted. And when I mean painted, I just mean the way it almost looks as though someone has just clicked materials and just tagged the different facets of the interior. Like, this line's so harsh. Like, couldn't this all just be whatever this render is? And then maybe the structural elements have their own material? Don't know. References. Yeah, I think it's almost there. I think it's too big. Next one. Ajahn Tassot, a lot going on here. Interesting image. This is a stunning image. Really love it. I love the way in which the screens are all sort of, they never really meet. They actually float in a way. I think that's a very difficult concept to visualize in an image. So well done. Not sure if that was the intent. But for example, if we look at the diagrams here, the way in which the massing almost sort of dissolves through the way in which these singular facade pieces are suspended, I think it's wonderful. Really nice. A very clever way, actually, of breaking up the volume and the mass. You see, what lets it down, no, it doesn't let it down, sorry, but what annoys me is that the time of day in which this image is sort of set is not when this image is, and the harshness of the daylight exposes the concept. It exposes the concept in a way. And that, yeah, this effect only works at certain times of certain days. Whereas in the summer, it could look like just a stack of different screens. And that's not what you want. I don't think that's what you were going for. Anyhow, beautiful image again. Oh, the interior stunning as well. Oh, nice touch having the model inside the lobby. You know, I don't think I've seen many projects do that, so well done. Well done for surprising me after, a year's worth of reviews. Yeah, and the references are all solid. I really love this one, I have to say. I think it's, as a 5-image pitch, you're really let down by your first one. And that's not because the image is bad, I just wish it was more consistent atmospherically with the rest. That's it. Well done. Cool project. Next one, Art Con Doppio. Really not too excited about this one, I have to say. This looks like it's been quite aggressive with the way in which it's occupying the site. The site itself wasn't enough. We're gonna take up this space here. Colonnade after colonnade after colonnade. I will say the interior though is wonderful. And had I seen the interior, and when I see the interior with the diagram, I'm like, ooh, this actually looks quite beautiful. So again, this could be another situation where just the first image lets it down. Yeah, I do like the textury, grainy style of this image. I think the problem with this one is the proportions of the facade. Yeah, I think that's my issue with it. I think this and this need to be like half the height. Like, I'm thinking of the Chipperfield. Is it James Simon in Berlin? Wonderful project. But completely nails the proportions and the scale of these elements in a way that this one doesn't. And I'm not saying that's what you were going for. Maybe when we look at the references, it's clear that that is what you're going for, but this is too tall. Just my takeaway. Again, really nice interior. Hate the shared stair. That's not your fault. I just don't like the shared stairs in general. That's just me. Beautifully well-composed page again. So, yeah, not a fan, big fan, sort of a fan, like this page. I think that's a nice project. Next one, Avanto, don't know, diagrams. Let's elevate the site and then let's just start cutting off the fat. Next, I'll see an alto vase. Interior is beautiful. I have to say, right, I know I'm going to sound really mean when I say this, and it's because I don't have an awful lot of time. Oh, wait, what's this? It's because I don't have an awful lot of time to get through all of these now. Deadline's approaching. But I really don't have an awful lot to say about this one. I'm really sorry. Let me know in the comments if you want me to hear, if you want deeper insight into this one. Beautiful interior, but conceptually, I've seen this project so many times already. Next one. Big chunky volume broken up with these big, thick, delicate slices. That's how I describe it. Very technical looking page. Looks something like out of Dune or Blade Runner. It's very formally aggressive, a lot of pointy, sharp bits. Although I do love the facade and I love the mood and the atmosphere in the image. Not a big fan of the interior though. AI generated, possibly, I don't know. Not a fan of this interior. If you're going to do something bold, like excavate an entire sort of spherical chasm out of your project, get the facets correct, get the geometry right. The fact that I can read these as hard edges is really irritating. If you're going to make a move that bold, that form, that shape needs to be pure, in my opinion. References. Next one, big trapezoid with a big angry corner and big green roof. None of these images are really grabbing me, although I do love the commitment to the square. I just think the problem with the square plan is that it's just a bit of a one-note thing, isn't it? Like, you can see it here in the diagrams. You've got the service circulation core in the middle, and then everything's just like swooping around it. I mean, even this is just like a stair. Yeah, big box. I think for a concept that is as pretty simplistic as this, and I don't mean that as a criticism, the images really need to bang, but they just don't. They're quite flat. References. Sorry, basket. Next one. Eliminmaket. This thing looks fussy. The museum is envisioned as enclosure simply created through an extension of public space. Sort of like two buildings that twist into one another. The interior doesn't seem to match the exterior. I mean, by looking at this, it's almost as if we had one building and then there's this chasm, this split with a twist in the middle. And if I had one interior image to sell this project, it would be right at that intersection between the two volumes. But they haven't done that, and that's quite disappointing. This could be any building. Interesting images though. So sorry, not a fan. Big swing, I always appreciate it, but not one for me. Next one, Comism. Envisions a highly adaptable, truly flexible, sustainable museum. Don't know. Looks a bit small, doesn't it? Interesting foyer. Just too messy, just too many ideas. Like, it's very difficult to read. It's almost a little bit like I'm squinting to understand the concept. Maybe that's my fault. Big circular opening, not necessarily a deal breaker. Actually, quite an interesting image. References? I don't know. Like, because I'm under a lot of pressure now to sort of get through these quickly, you gotta get me in 5 images. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just isn't getting me. Sorry. Next, Alto Vase, shout out. Next one, big confident circle with a nice sort of square structured ceiling at the top. I'm interested in this one because these little projects have been pretty common, but some have been great and some have been terrible. So let's see what you're going to be. A tool in the hands of its users, an architecturally legible vehicle for learning and doing. A vector for experiencing the city. Oh, I love the physical model. Little chunky dudes. Love it. Okay, wait. I've been burned before, okay. Could be AI, don't know. I'm not trying to look for the AI. I'm just trying to enjoy the physical model. And I like it. It's really fun. It's really cute. Too bad this wasn't a physical model. Curtains going on in here. Beautiful. I love it. I think it's really good. I think this image, this style of image, and this style of image hold it back visually. But I think architecturally, conceptually, it's beautiful. The fact that hopefully these are real physical models, not AI, I don't know. I've been burned so many times. Right now I'm assuming they're real models because of the roughness and the imperfections. I love that there's an element of craft in this design. The interiors look really exciting. I really like this project. DM, good job. Well done. Next one. This thing's too big. It's so aggressive. Dichotomy. I made a TikTok about that word this week, actually. Dichotomy. Big fucking dichotomy. Diagrams. Interesting. Actually, as a little wedge, it's not bad. I mean, that project that I loved in the last episode shared a similar formal, I don't know, quality, I guess. This facade's actually quite playful. I really love this. It's a 3D image, but it almost reads like a 2D drawing, which is quite cool. Interior is stunning. Yeah, really like this interior. Really fun. Alto vase. I have to say, I think this is actually a really cool project. I think it looks a bit big. Maybe that's unfair. Maybe that's just the nature of the aerial image. So dichotomy, I quite like you. Well done. Next one. This thing looks like a funky dude. Not the best page. I have to say I'm not a fan of this one. It looks very rough and chaotic and disorganized. I think really good public architecture should be quite legible and expressive and clear and accommodating. And this doesn't feel like that. Although I do like the shingle reference, but sorry. Epos, not for me. Too big, too chunky, too unclear. Next one. Entity. That's so funny. I actually recently watched the new Mission Impossible film, and they must have used the word entity 952 billion times. The entity. We have to stop the entity. The entity is bad. Look out for the entity. Not a good time to have your project named The Entity, but here we are. Let's see what is here, though. Green roof. I do like the zigzaggy nature, though, of this. The way in which they sort of intersect. This guy on the right looks like he's just taking a big bite out of the one on the left, but I'm not going to hold that against you, Entity. Interior, lacking a bit of detail and a little bit of atmosphere, as interesting as it is. Can't quite understand the lighting strategy here. How is this light occurring? So it's like we have direct light coming from the right and the left, east and the west. Don't know. I think there's probably an interesting project here. It's let down by its sort of visual communication, and that just like, what is this? Is it like hanging over here? What is that? Is this like an artificial piece of landscape? Can't quite tell. Interior looks nice. This sort of daunting inversion of the foyer though looks quite scary. Okay, it's fine. Entity, it's fine. Don't hate it, don't love it. Next one. It's funny, here we have another circular boy. But this facade actually looks a little bit more separate from the interior spaces, and it appears almost like a screen, which is interesting. Just trying to see. Oh, that's a beautiful image. Really love this. Really love this exterior, you know. And I love the interior as well. And I love these diagrams. What is it with the circular little chunky boys today? They're doing really well. Black and white image, aerial image. I mean, I'm not a fan of most aerial images, to be fair. So anyone who's been watching this knows that. Fantastic page. Beautiful exterior image. Unbelievable interior image. Fantastic diagrams. I love it. I really love this one. 360 super aerial. Well done. Next one. Escher stairs. It's not that I'm not a fan of Escher. It's more that like that's a bold way to open your project. What kind of building can be built in a beautiful landscape surrounded by the sea, hills, and city? We imagine landscapes, not architecture. I like this project as this sort of conceptual provocation. Having said that, the Escher staircase is a matter of perspective, and you can't control that perspective from a user's point of view. That means the Escher reference is sort of redundant, in my opinion. What are the most fundamental elements of architecture? How can the building itself show the building? We believe that the stair, which overcomes levels and creates three-dimensionality, is a key element. That I'm buying. The diagrams, conceptually, fantastic. The reference, fantastic. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not entirely sold. I also don't love what's here. Like, it's quite heavy and dense. Interior looks nice, but cold. References. Nah, not a big fan of this one, although I do appreciate the effort, like the ambition. Next one, at Cinta. This is a very dark image. I like the model-like appearance, but this looks more like a housing project in a way, like just a series of uniform modular spaces. Nah, I don't like this. Interior's okay. Nah, not for me. Sorry. Next one. Under a lot of pressure here to get this done. This looks good, but it looks quite safe. Yeah, it looks fine. Maybe it's a quality of image. Boardmark concrete. In 2025. Interior is a bit banal. Sketches are wonderful. Good project here, I'm sure, somewhere. Just not seeing it in the 5. Next one. Fata Morgana. This looks twisty. This image here is fantastic. Site plan, diagrams, really interesting, really exciting. Again, just another one that I wish this wasn't the first impression, the aerial image. There's a lot going on here. This is a really cool image. Love this interior. Not sure how it's been made. Looks like 3D ArcViz. I like it. It's interesting. It's a little bit strange. There's a lot happening in it, and I love these reference images. Fata Morgana, I'm a fan. Next one, Fibers of Finland. This has a big green roof. Beautiful interior on the left. Diagrams are nice and playful. It's nice. Love a good thin roof. Interior's fine, a little bit orderly. Too orderly for my liking. I think this is a good, competent project. Again, aerial view just letting it down. Aerial view's just not great today. Not great today. Next, Flamjavata. Wow, this thing is a humonculous chunk. It's so big. Looks like it's going to fall into the harbor. It's too big. It's too big. It's too big. Text. Next. Gunya. This thing looks like Foster's Canary Wharf station. Yep, that's exactly what it looks like. And personally, not really a museum for me. The quality of the images are all fine, but it just doesn't feel like a space that screams Museum of Architecture to me. Nice references. Sorry, Gunya. Next. This I like. A little bit of alto vase, but a little bit of interest. A little bit of skill here. Text. Oh, let down again. Damn. The aerial was setting me up for something that I thought was going to be really exciting, but yeah, it's alright, isn't it? It's alright. Guggenheim. Snøhetta. Sphere Fen. Putting yourself up against some of the big dogs, aren't you? This image, love it. Again, like, I'm not against the alto vase. It's just like, you gotta do something cool with it. And some projects have. And I thought this one was going to do something more interesting, and maybe it has in the context of, you know, the full submission. But in the 5 pages, this, nothing. This, this, and then that's it. Sorry. Next one, Hillary 55. This looks like a cute little circular, soft, curvy dude. The new Museum of Architecture and Design. Diagrams look okay. Seen a lot of this intricate structure. Can I say something really stupid? This feels more like the cafe to the museum rather than the museum itself. Although this looks really nice. Alto vase. And then that's it. You know, like, it looks quite small. It's almost pavilion-like. I think it's interesting, but I don't think it's a winner. Next one. Oh, we're taking way out here. So far out that I can't properly see what's going on. Again, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 buildings here. Very dark image, although the image is quite nice. Interior looks interesting. That's it. Like, I don't know anything about this project. Like, talk to me here. Talk to me. I want the images and the drawings to talk to me. I don't want to read the text because I'm illiterate. No, it's not true. But you know what I mean. I just want to, like, is this housing? What is this? What is this facade? This isn't a gallery. It can't be a gallery. What is this? The style and the quality of the images are cool. It's the design. Like, what's going on? Talk to me. It's not. Like, it's a little cluster of different types of buildings. Holman, I want to like this one more. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to move it along. Cool interior, style of images is nice. There's an interesting project here. I just can't work it out. Sorry. Next one, Hope. Yep, could do with some hope right about now. The shape of the building follows the same principle of Sarret's buildings. Sort of agree. Green roof, diagrams, weird facade. No, green roof. You walk up the green roof, you turn around, you see the view. A new public open-air green ramp. It's not your fault that you're in the 500s here, and I've seen like a billion projects that look like this, but if you're going to do this, it's got to be damn good. I mean, how does the circulation work here? If I'm in a wheelchair, how do I use this stair? Do I use this stair? That ramp looks way too steep. If I'm in a wheelchair, I'm not getting up here. I'm going to fall right back down again. This one looks more generous. This one looks quite mean. Don't know. Bit of a mixed bag, have to be honest. What is the point? Why we're floating in the roof here? Why are we looking? We're looking down on the people. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm being really mean. Hope, I'm sorry. You put a lot of effort into this one. It's just a bit late into the process now for me to be seeing projects that I've seen. You know, I literally started reviewing these back in September last year. I'm losing my mind, but that's okay. You took a swing. References. Next one, Impluvium. This looks interesting. Big, vibrant green roof. Not a lot of action happening in here. Bit of a boring little green space in the middle. It's okay. The sketch appears interesting, but I have to be honest, I can't quite understand it. I think this is quite a nice, safe, plain project. I mean that as a compliment, but not enough to win it. Next one, Island. This looks like they've built a giant island on top of stilts, and then the stilts are on top of a building. And there's like glowing treasure in here. Text. Yeah, that is exactly what they have done. No idea how this spiral staircase works. Is this actually serious? What is the idea here? This is like the world's worst spiral stair. The people are blue, and I don't know why. Interior looks fine, but what is this? Timber? Why is it so shiny? Can't understand it. References are beautiful. When the references are taken away from the quality of your project, you've got a problem. That's generally how I feel. Next one, Jalota. This looks strange. Oof. My hair actually is starting to look like one of the earlier proposals. Had a little pointy pitch. Devil, Wolverine hair. Diagram looks interesting. Image looks interesting. I don't think this is feasible at all. I mean, it looks really cool, but like, you've got such volume here, and then for like to have this like tension where it looks as if it could just snap in half is just very uncomfortable. And in the way in which either from an ArcViz point of view, this material has been scaled, like the UV scaling of the model, unless it's a decision to have a different grain and scale of material on this one individual piece, detracts from the composition as a whole. That's how I feel about it just from looking at it. It looks like it looks like fish scales. Not a bad thing. Big site plan. Plan isn't great. Is that fair to say? Don't know. I'm gonna move it along. Next one. Interesting image. This thing looks like a sparkly little diamond, like a piece of jewelry, but it's made out of timber, and we've got all these caustics in here that makes me think that it's like a big giant water container. What's going on? Sketch is interesting, lots of text. Now we're seeing it in winter, very happy couple, some snow, very hard to read it here. Again, we have the caustics, but where is this water coming from? Is the idea here that's going to reflect the water from the harbour? Not so sure. References, not really doing it for me. Not bad, not great. Next one, Carrot. Very hard to read this from a distance. This is not the best diagram. This is not the best drawing. These plans are whatever. It's a mishmash of different types of things. We have these curved facades. We have this straight bit. We've got no capping up here whatsoever. Like, what is the technical detailing for this? Like, how is this space contained? Don't know. Don't know what's going on. Again, interior. Why is it so empty in the foreground? Everyone's in the background. Why are the people strangely out of scale? Is this a child? Is this a person? I don't know. Why is this so thin? There's no weight to any of the elements. Are these structural core? Are these structural elements? Is this circulation core? Is this a shared stair? Like, what is going on? What is this image? I don't know. Carrot, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be mean. I'm just trying to get through these projects. There are so many. I've been doing this for a year. It's getting out of control. Your project's not bad. I might have loved it if it was in the first 100. Unfortunately, it's in the last 100, and that makes me really impatient when I see things that I've seen millions of times before. So Carrot, I respect it. I'm just not a big fan of it. Next one. This one looks interesting. How does this one work? Big triangular openings, big teeth. Can't tell. Style of image, really interesting. The design's quite interesting, actually. You've got this panopticon looking thing in the middle here. Is this where like the guards watch all of us, the prisoners, as we explore the museum? I don't know. I think you've been sneaky here and you've changed the color tone of the context. Not against it. Don't know. Don't think I love the big triangular, the big sharp teeth though. That's just me. That's just me. What is here though is quite interesting. I think as an image composition, quite nice. Interior looks fine, I guess. Looks nice. What's this ceiling detail? Very, 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 very fine grain. Not against it. Is this brick? Ah, that's beautiful. I think it is brick. I think this is a really interesting project. I just think it's incredibly highly fussy. Very fussy. And what I mean by that, there's like thousands and thousands of pieces. And I don't know if that's the type of stuff we can be making in 2025. I respect it 100%. Just don't think this is a winner. Next one. What do we have here? Cap Yalin. It's interesting for sure. Love the shingles. Love the form. Love the sketches. Love the sketches. Love the sketches. Love the sketches. Sketches. You're going to get me every time. The facade will be made of aspen shingles and polycarbonate sheets. Yeah, love it. I think it's cool. I think it's gosh, there's something so non-egotistical about a project that's quite confidently like 2 stories max. Like, why can't more people do that? Everything has to be like 7 stories with like 5 different ideas all built on top of one another. Like that MVRDV project in Hanover. Like, chill out, everyone. You're not all MVRDV. Not everything has to be crazy stacked boxes. Sometimes it's nice to just have a little shingle-clad boxy boy. I like it. Can I be rude? Can I be mean? Like, they're not the greatest sketches I've ever seen, but the fact that there is a human hand involved in the making of this thing gets me excited. I mean, gives me some hope. So Capulon, I like it. Trees are weird, but, you know, not going to nitpick too much. Next one. This thing's quite strange. It's like 5 big slabs, big sharp edges, and a big green roof. Yeah. It's highly diagrammatic. I'd wager I'd say this is like a Swiss architect. Makes not a lot of sense. Very moody, very emo. Ugh, it is what it is. Don't have much more to say. Next one, Kind of Blue. This one is too big. I don't think this one will win, but I'm really intrigued. It looks really fun and funky. Kind of Blue. Love this aerial image. Text. Love this image as well. Snow, moody vibes. Love the interior. Just love little splashes of colors. Like, why can't we just have more of this? Like, look how beautiful this is. Boom, 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 boom. Why would you give a whole page of text? I don't know. Kind of Blue. I really like it. Next one, KR 2007. 2 big black intersecting boxes with a big swoopy roof on top of glass box and pink box. Diagrams are nice. Service, exhibit, public. Actually, I quite like that. Weird that you have the 2 diagrams though. One should have been enough, in my opinion. It's just too dark of an image. Like, I don't know if you're gonna do black. Like, nothing is pure black. So why is your image pure black? These things absorb and reflect light. Like, I don't get it. People just jumping off. whatever, great. Jumping off the building because it's so dark and depressing. Sorry, not an appropriate joke, but come on. Next one. Culture Kula. This looks like a little city. Don't know if that's a good thing. I absolutely love this image. This image is fantastic. Like just the way in which take the photo, take the model, draw over it, looks wonderful. I love the way it connects and tethers to this little island out here. Not a big fan of this though. I mean, if you've got this type of image in your tool belt, then make everything look like that, because the problem with these photorealistic CGI aspiring images is that very few of them actually look convincing. This doesn't look convincing. Looks interesting, but doesn't look very convincing. Looks like something out of Jurassic Park. Interior is weird. What is this thing? Don't know. It's fine. This guy's just waiting in the shadows here. What's going on? It's like Batman. It's okay. Loved this. Loved this image for sure. Just wish there was more of this. Next one, Kuwahu. Another big circular one. Love the composition of the page. Quite like it. Just don't know what the white is. What is this made out of? Can anyone tell me? Can't tell me. Interior is beautiful though. Timber? I'm guessing it's timber. Why doesn't it feel like timber though? The grain just isn't very legible. Like, is this solid timber or is it like broken up? Looks like it's just been stuck on here. It's very unclear. Interior is wonderful. Oh, look at these sketches. Unbelievable sketches. Landscape dance. I don't know if that's part of it. Okay, so this sketch, this image, fantastic. Everything else, meh. So there are good ideas here. Kwahu, good ideas. Next one. Landscape dance. Interesting first image for sure. Oh, this is like a little cluster of little dancing pavilions in the landscape, I would wager. Very hard to read this. Could just be my screen, sorry. But it just makes this read like one page of text. Really beautiful diagrams. Really cool. I just wish there was a more of a unifying element between them all so they all don't just feel like 5 little structures. Does that make sense? Don't know. It's nice. Diagrams, love it. Style of image is interesting, but maybe not a winner. Next one, landscape entanglement. Very colorful, very interesting. Diagrams, big hand, big hand. Really cool image. I don't know if the colors are working for you, I have to say. The choice of color is sort of working against the nature here, and the way in which you've rendered the natural landscape is really beautiful. Again, like there's a lot of clashing material effects here. The reflection in the glass, the roughness of the steel, the I don't know, the texture on the wood. Like there's a lot of talk in this image, in this project. There's a lot of ideas. I'm sorry, like it looks like a well put together project. I'm not a big fan of it. Entanglement is a good way of describing a lot of it. Next one, Lumi. This looks like a big snake. Parametric looking landscape proposal. Architecture connects what is most precious to us, function and environment. Nothing about people. Diagram. ArcViz. What is this roof though? It's such a dominant facet. What is it made of? Ghost people. Diagram. Not a fan of this one, Lumi. Sorry. Next one. Don't know what the name is here, but this is a funky looking image and I really like it. Love the big vibrant sassy colors. Alto vase. I can sort of see you talking to me. I can see you. Like Neo sees the Matrix. It's like I'm at the point where I can just see I can see the alto vase now in these images, these proposals. Really cool. Beautiful interior, beautiful style of drawing. Beautiful references. From a presentation point of view alone, I love it. From an architectural point of view, I think it's quite unclear what it is. We have this bit and this bit and this bit, and we have these wonderful colors, but take the colors away from it. Is it good? Don't know. Don't know. But good effort, and this is a stunning image. Like, well done. Well done. And that's it. Boom, there we go. Another episode. We are getting close to the end. You know the drill, people. Smash the like button, hit me up with a sub, let me know in the comments what you think. We're so close to the finish line. We're so close to the finish line. Thank you for following along and supporting me through this entire journey. We're so close to finishing. All the best. Goodbye until next time. See you soon.